Today we're looking at Copenhagen Roll and Write from Queen Games. I'm Mark Maya. Welcome to Board Game Coffee. Copenhagen Roll and Write is the 2 to 4 player dice rolling, paper tracking, facade building little brother of Copenhagen, the card drawing, tile laying, facade building Kickstarter success of 2019. At the time of this recording, a lot of you out there probably haven't had an opportunity to play Copenhagen, but I'm here to tell you that it's great. But you know what? We're not here to talk about Copenhagen. We're here to talk about Copenhagen.
What?
The roll and write. Copenhagen Roll and Write. It's like the other Copenhagen, but it's different. The new one's got dice in it. The old, there's no dice in the old one.
They get it.
Right. So, if you like rolling dice and writing things down, then Copenhagen Roll and Write might just be the game for you. Not to mention, it's easy to learn and quick to play. Unless you're playing with Chris, who's not here to defend himself. So, what is Copenhagen? Well, it's the picturesque capital of Denmark. Famous for its colorful gabled houses perched along the waterfront.
Gabled?
Yeah, it's, when the roof is, gabled. I looked it up. But we're not here to take a tour of Copenhagen. We're here to build our own. Well, the front parts, just the front parts, the pretty, the pretty bits with all the colors. We're doing those. In the original Copenhagen, not that one, this one. In the original Copenhagen, players picked up cards from here and used them to buy these Tetris-like shapes to build out the facade of their building tableaus in either columns or rows to earn points and unlock these super abilities that allowed them to do even more stuff. It's easy to teach, fairly quick, and fun to play. But that was then. This is now. Still easy to learn and quick to play. But this time around, Copenhagen is dicier and rightier.
Dicier and rightier? That's the best you could come up with? Just get to the gameplay.
Okay, first thing you should know is that this copy of Copenhagen Roll and Write is in its prototype format. So when you receive your final version, your dice won't look like this, and your player sheets won't be printed off on my personal home printer. Neither will you get these fancy little whiteboards, which I just picked up at the dollar store for this video. Nothing but the best for Board Game Coffee. But I digress. In this brand new Copenhagen, you're no longer picking up cards to buy shapes to place on this thing. Oh no, not this Copenhagen. In this Copenhagen, you roll 5 colored dice, each made up of 5 colors and 1 wild side. And you use these dice to buy shapes from this communal catalog of Tetris-shaped building bits. Then proceed to draw those shapes over here on your personal sheet of tracking. The shapes available to you are much like those available in the original tile-laying version, except for one major difference. These shapes don't have any windows. What kind of light-depriving architectural monsters are these Denmarkians?
You mean the Danish?
Beautiful monsters, advocates of free will. That's what kind.
That makes no sense.
You see, in this Copenhagen, my Copenhagen, I'm not limited to the windows dictated to me by these little cardboard shapes. No, sir. In this Copenhagen, I put the windows where I want, how I want. Oh, and one with no windows. You have to put a no window space somewhere inside the shape, because those are those are the rules. You can't have all windows all the time. What kind of world would that be? Madness. But madness or not, where you place those windows matters. You see, players score 1 point for every row they fill, and 2 points for every column. But if that row or column is made up entirely of windows, you score double. Double! Filled out a column, did you?
Yep.
Got yourself 2 points?
Yes. What?
No, it's nothing. It's just, I got it. My column's all windows and yours is kind of broke. It just doesn't really matter.
And?
It's nothing. But, I filled out the same column you did, but mine's worth 4 points and yours is only worth 2. I'm not, it's just interesting. I'm not saying that, like, I'm a better player than you or my building's better. It's just, I'm just saying.
Roll the dice.
Oh, and another thing. If you fill in any of these lighter rows or columns marked with this coat of arms, you get to either place a single windowed shape or mark off 2 X's in any one colored row of your choosing. So, in short, when it's your turn, roll dice, buy shapes, and draw them here to fill out rows and columns to earn points. But when it's not your turn, you get to choose any one of the unused colors rolled, and collect that color into the appropriate colored section here. And the more of these you fill out, the more special actions you'll start to accumulate. Let's review. You see, when you put an X in these rows, you have to start from the left and work your way over to the right. And whenever you put an X in one of these spaces with a plus sign or a star, you unlock special abilities that you can use on your turn while you're the active player. First, let's go over the plus signs. Plus signs allow you to add an additional color from the row you chose and add it to your total roll. So if I scratched out a plus sign from the red row, I would add +1 red to my roll results. Same goes for the other colors. Scratch out a plus in the yellow and add a yellow to your dice total. It's a great way to collect those hard-to-earn shapes. Now the stars, well, that's different for every color. You see, scratching off a star will award you a different special ability depending on the row's color. And those abilities are indicated here at the start of each row. Scratch off a star in the red row and you get to re-roll any number of your dice. Scratch off a blue star and you can fill any shape you buy this turn with all windows and no X's. Scratch the purple star and you can place a single windowless space to plug up those nasty little gaps. The green star lets you change any one set of colors to another color completely. And last but not least, yellow stars allow you to buy a shape from the supply catalog that has already been crossed out and marked unavailable. Now that last ability I mentioned might not make too much sense, but that's just because I haven't explained the supply catalog yet. When shopping for shapes, there is no limit to the amount of 2 and 3 sized pieces available, as indicated by the infinity sign here. But when you buy any of these 4 or 5 sized pieces, you have to cross it out, which means they are no longer available for other players to purchase. Unless you have that yellow star ability, that lets you do just that. And the coolest part about those special abilities is that you can use as many of them as you have on your turn, and use them in any combination. It can be a real game changer.
To start, I'm going to use my red ability, and I'm going to re-roll the dice. Okay, so I can use my green ability and now turn these green dice into purple, leaving you with nothing. So it looks like I actually have the yellow ability as well, which allows me to buy this sold out piece that you said I could never, ever, ever buy. I'm actually going to buy it, and I'm going to place that right here. And I have the blue ability, which allows me to put all windows. So I'll pop it. Would you look at that? I have a whole column of windows. How much was that again? Right, 4. I'm not done yet. So that actually was in a column that had a coat of arms. So now I have a coat of arms, which allows me to either have 2 X's or a window. I'm going to take the window and I'm going to pop that right there. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? I actually got another column with another coat of arms and it's all windows. So that gives me another 4 points and I get 2 X's, which gives me another 2 points. which means I win. You were right. This was actually really easy to learn. How's your column going?
Alright, and that's it for our overview of Copenhagen Roll and Write. If this sounds like a game you'd be interested in, check them out on Kickstarter, going live July 11th. Now, if you like this video and you want to see more, subscribe to our channel. It's the best way to keep up to date with everything we do here at Board Game Coffee. But if you want to see more videos right now, check out our playlists. There's something there for everyone. And if that's not enough, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm Mark Maya, and this is Board Game Coffee. And remember, have fun, keep gaming, be social.